Flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Welcome to the Frank Corbett Show. It's all about the blues.
The blues.
The star of the show, Frank Corbett. There you are, buddy. How you
Hi,
feeling?
viewers. How are you? Today we are going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, and my friend Michael's, is our love for traditional blues, modern blues, and blues you can use. So we're going to try to get some people out there who don't really know about the blues and think it's just da 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 da. I got the blues, da da da. You know, that sad kind of. It's not all about that. There's happy blues. There's jump blues. There's jazz blues. There's boogie blues.
Swing blues.
Swing blues. It's endless.
There's blues that you choose.
There's blues that you choose.
We are gonna showcase one artist here right away. Do you see that there? I'm doing a little whoa back and forth. This is a good friend of ours. Right there. That's right in there. Nice. Anthony Gomes. Here you go, buddy. You can hold that. That'll be our first.
Oh, yes. I believe this is Anthony's first CD, wasn't it?
No, there was one before that, but it was issued later. He actually looks like a little kid. But if you could just fill them in when we used to first see Anthony.
Yeah, we discovered Anthony Gomes at a great little place that has now burnt down. It was called Boomers. It was on Warncliffe in London, and that's actually where Mike and I met, and Ski as well, and a lot of other friends. My friend Jack McHugh, I believe I met there. There's been a lot of other people there.
Boomers was an amazing place to go.
I miss Boomers.
It was classy. It was a very small venue.
Yes.
And it was a great place to showcase blues artists,
Yeah.
R&B artists.
Yeah.
They did occasionally get jazz, but that's our first plug today. We're going with that first. Now we're going to go to our second plug.
All right.
All right, here we go. Whoa, there we go. Who is that? That's Fleetwood Mac. Now, most people know Fleetwood Mac as Rumors, right?
The Rumors.
Everybody had that album. Who was in that band? Do you remember?
Fleetwood Mac was there.
Lindsey Buckingham.
Lindsey Buckingham. The bass player. What was his name again?
He's on the original band. Here.
He's the original.
Here you go.
Yeah,
have a look there.
I can't remember his name.
Stevie Nicks was in that band.
Who he married, I believe, right?
No, he married Chrissy Hines, is it? No.
I thought he married.
It's on the CD there.
Featuring Buddy Guy, Willie Dixon.
That's an amazing CD, that one there.
I think I have this one.
Yes.
I do have this one, yes. I don't have the CD, I believe I have the DVD.
Yes. I'll give you a clue for the name, McVie.
Yes, John McVie, thank you very much.
Yes, and his wife's name was, not Chrissy Hines, but...
I can't remember her name now.
The viewers will know. That's all that matters. You'll figure it out. It's like, we also do kind of...
See, now I like the Peter Green era, though. To me,
that is Peter Green there, though.
Yeah,
Isn't
this
it?
is
Peter Green on there.
Green, yeah.
And who was the other guitar player? It says on there. Have a look.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Spencer something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was phenomenal. He did the stylings of Elmore James.
That's right.
Right, and he did that, and then all slide, and he sounded just like Elmore James.
Yeah.
Where Peter Green had elements of B.B. King in the earlier recordings, and then later...
Sweetest Tone, I think.
Oh, my Lord, yeah. But later on, he actually became kind of metal. They actually did metal, and they did a few...
Now, they claim that his Les Paul was magic. Do you know who bought his Les Paul?
No. I do, actually.
Yes.
Gary Moore.
Gary Moore.
Gary Moore bought it, and then I guess he sold it later, and there was all kinds of, what's a nice word? Shit hit the fan.
Should hit the fan.
That's a nice way to say it. Here's another Canadian guy. We're going to whip through these really quickly today, get as many in as we can. This is an amazing guitarist. Canadian, incredibly gifted in many ways, and very funny.
Yes.
Yeah, dry sense of humor, witty guy. I think he has a radio show now, but I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah.
A guy that should have been a superstar, David GoGo. Highly recommend that CD.
Well, in our from our point of view, he is a superstar in the blues world.
Oh, huge
Superstar in the blues world, right here.
David GoGo.
David GoGo.
Highly recommend it. Here's a young kid that we used to go see. This is Jimmy Bowskill. This is his latest CD. I believe he has another one coming out. This is very Fleetwood Mac sounding, early rock. It does have some reggae cuts on it, but what a voice and incredibly gifted guitar player. If you're fortunate enough to see him in your town, do so. Even if it costs you a few bucks, it's usually pretty reasonable. It's around 20 bucks. Jimmy Bowskill, a Canadian. All right, here's one of the guys that I loved for his soul. Here we go. I'm just going to put that up there for you. Danny Brooks.
Yes. Another Canadian fella.
Yes.
He's on the gospel-y side, isn't he, of the blues?
He's on the gospel-y side. He's a guy that was a drug addict for many, many years.
Yes.
And he has a book that's available that talks about his life when he was on the streets. And I'm telling you, it's gut-wrenching. It's not an easy read.
Right.
It's informative. Yeah. Well, here's one of the heroes that most people know. Stevie Ray Vaughan.
The late, great Stevie Ray.
We're going to have a little debate, Flip and I, on who are the best guitar players ever. Flip seems to think Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Well, I don't think there's really, I don't think it's fair, now this is just my opinion, but I don't think it's fair to say one guy is necessarily better than the other guy. I think music doesn't matter where it comes from, is a matter of opinion.
Okay, well that's
if it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan makes me feel good, and I know he makes Mike feel good, so...
I don't think, though, and I've had this argument with many people, that he has the skill level of Joe Bonamassa. And I never thought he did. Yeah, you said he spits venom and...
oh, yeah.
But you know what? He took a lot of people's licks, formulated it, did so much good for the blues, because people that weren't listening to the blues were now listening to the blues.
But I think what he did was, it's true, he took all these different influences from everybody, but he kind of threw it in a big bowl, mixed her up, and it came out Stevie Ray Vaughan, because nobody sounds like him, and he doesn't sound like anybody.
I currently think in the world right now, the best guitar player I've ever seen that is currently alive is Johnny A.
Yeah, now, there was another guy, too.
Do you know who I'm flashing right here in front of the screen? We're trying to get as many artists in as possible on the first one here. This is
Mac.
No, this is Garrett Mason.
Oh, Garrett Mason.
Garrett Mason is one of the has mojo.
He's a Canadian boy.
But he's got mojo. He plays a real funky style blues that reminds me of Gatemouth Brown and also Freddie King.
Yes.
There are other influences there, including some country ones, but he is an up-and-coming star. What do you?
I've seen him with his father. It was pretty hard to watch his father. I'd seen him at the Port Credit Blues Festival. He was in a wheelchair, and he was not in very. I believe he passed on only months later after I'd seen him. But his dad was up there singing. He wasn't playing guitar, but his son was playing guitar. He was ripping it up. It was good to see the father and son.
Okay, we're going on to the next. We're doing a real blast here today. Right here, we're back to Joe Bonamassa. If you were to buy one CD of Joe Bonamassa, this is what you should buy. It's called Blues Deluxe. It's a few years old. It is Joe Bonamassa at his finest.
Yes,
it's
indeed.
absolutely fantastic. I want to go to the right here. Okay. Here's a band, if you can see them, highly recommend them. We saw them. I saw them one night. They were on fire. They're absolutely fantastic. The next night, not so much. Do you remember when we saw them at the Silver Dollar?
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah.
Smokin' Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, we seen him at the Silver Dollar in Toronto. I believe we took a limo there. Bunch of friends. We all pitched in some money. And, yeah, it was... I had never seen a guy play on a Saturday night in front of hundreds of people in a pair of wrinkled track pants.
With the ass blown out. No.
With a nasty stain.
That's not true.
No,
that's not
stain.
true.
There
You're
was,
lying.
I swear.
You're lying. Okay, we're running out of time here, buddy.
Nasty stain.
No, but if you want Texas-style blues with phenomenal vocals, with Benoist King.
Yes.
Benoist King is phenomenal.
Yes.
Phenomenal vocalist.
Yes.
And
now, what would you give this out of 10?
That CD?
Yes.
I would give that a 7. They have better compilations. If you're smart, wait, they'll probably have a greatest hits someday. Okay, we're going to end the show with one of our favorite guys to go see. And sometimes he's free, sometimes he's $5. It depends on the venue. A Canadian Jack de Keyzer.
Yes.
I think he's originally from England, though, but I'm not too sure about that.
I'll never forget, I read in, I believe it was the Blues Review magazine, I read a quote from Bob Dylan, and Bob Dylan said if Jack de Keyzer lived in New York City, he would be a huge star.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
I couldn't believe Bob Dylan said that, but...
I love what you said on the other video. Sorry to overtake you there. That's just my personality. You were talking about you being a guitar player.
Right.
You watched him for an hour, and he didn't repeat any of the same licks.
No, he never does. He has a blues intellect, I should say, that just he can just play and play and play.
But he has jazz influence now, which is what I've noticed.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have that when I used to see him before, and I'm starting to hear George Benson in there, Wes Montgomery. Like, he's highly skilled, and he's getting better.
He's better and better every. He'll play 2 or 3 gigs in one day.
Yeah. He's a true blues man. Well, we should wrap this up, buddy. This is our first show. We're gonna keep bringing you reviews on different CDs, people that play in your area. If you have anything that you would like for us to review for you, send your CD to us, and we'll do our best.
In one word, Mike, or one name, who is today's elite blues man? Oh.
Wow. Joe Bonamassa.
Joe Bonamassa.
Anybody else you can think of?
My guy right now that is, I would say, having listened to a lot of music over the years, I would have to say Derek Trucks right now is blazing.
He's not a real blues guy, though.
No,
he's a highly skilled guitar player.
He can do it all.
Yeah.
He has an Indian influence in his playing that's very refreshing. I find it great.
We got to wrap this up. I'm going to do a little singing.
All right.
Flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Flip, flop, and fly.
See you next time.
Take care.
Yay.
All right.